It was our final pre-match friendly last night against Fiorentina, and if you watched it like I did, you would have seen some positive things and some not so great things. But the one thing what I was really worried about watching the match, but also when I confirmed it with the stats after, which I'm going to run through right now, was the lack of shots from attacking players. So let me run through that now. Obviously, we're buying Sesko, but in my previous videos, I did say we need to make, or well, we don't, Ruben needs to make Sesko into a striker who's going to actually be a striker and shoot, and not a striker who's going to be a Mbeumo and a Cunha or a Bruno. So this is why, this is my little worry, but as long as we get a striker, we should be all good. And when I mean a striker, I mean someone who's going to shoot. Let's take a look. So this was the starting lineup I'm going to go through now. Now, even though we did make substitutes in the second half, we still didn't have a main striker. Højlund didn't get any minutes, which suggests that he is going to be moving on. By Binder starting in goal, we had a back three of Yoro, Maguire and Heaven. We had Ahmad on the right, Fernandez and Casemiro. Casemiro being a more holding one in the centre and Dorgu on the left. Then we had Mbeumo on the right, Cunha as like somewhat of a false nine, and Mount on the left in attack as well. Although Mount did seem like he was going to be the lead presser, that trigger presser sometimes as a more central forward. Although you do get some rotations like always. But this is just to focus on the striking area, the attacking area, and the shots or the lack of shots, which you're going to see right now. Now, here we had, as you can see, we didn't have an actual number 9 like Højlund, like Sesko isn't here. But this is my worry, like I've said in the previous videos, I don't want to see Sesko coming in and just doing the same as Mbeumo and Cunha, which he's got the ability to do. I want him to be a striker because, in my opinion, we are in need of one. Now, when you look through that team, you think, okay, great attacking options, but again, you need someone who's actually going to be that presence in and around the box. That's someone to break down difficult defenses or deep blocks or a team with a real defensive mentality. You need some kind of fox in the box who's only thinking about getting the ball and taking a shot. If you do not shoot, you are not going to score. Anyone who's played knows that managers and coaches would use this when you was a young kid. So as you can see by the overall kind of possession stats, team-wise, we actually made a lot of passes. We outpassed Fiorentina. And the positive thing for me was opposition half passes, which means we passed in their half rather than our half, which is a good thing because it means you're building up attack in their half. So if you lose the ball, you've got more time to regroup, get back and make a solid defensive line. However, if you're trying to pass in our half and you lose the ball, obviously they get it and it's easier for them to counter-attack or they're closer to our goal. That's breaking it down in simple terms. So it's good to see we had a high amount of passes, especially compared to them in Fiorentina's half, 215 passes. And the final third, so the attacking third, we had probably triple the amount of passes, which is really good because, again, it means that we've got momentum in their attacking third. If we do lose the ball, we've got time to get back in a good defensive shape. We had 110 passes, 78 pass completion, which is good because even though we had 3 times as much, we still had a bigger success rate. So when you look in now, this is what I want to draw our attention to. So it looks like the build-up play is fine, okay? It looks like great. We are actually getting into their half and we are building up the play around the dangerous areas or the dangerous attacking areas around their goal. But the problem is 32 touches in the opposition box. Now, this could be because someone's dribbling in there. This could be from a set piece and someone's heading it or it's coming off someone. Now this is my worry. This could be where players are taking too many touches in the box without pulling the trigger, without taking a shot, which we're going to have a look right now. So 32 touches in the box. It's double than Fiorentina's touch in the box, but you could say Dzeko and Keane, the ex-Everton player, they had more out-and-out strikers. Well, we didn't have any out-and-out strikers, so they had more strikers than we did. But we had more touches in the box, which is a strange one, right? When you're in the box, you're so close to goal, you should be shooting, surely. Why are we taking 32 touches in the box? This is the stat. And look, stats don't normally lie unless they're inaccurate. but they don't normally lie, right? It's numbers, it's what happened in the game. So you can read comments, what people post on X or whatnot, saying, oh, Bruno can't do this, or Cunha can't do this, but the stats don't normally lie. It's a science, it's not an art. Art is open-ended, the science is there. You've got it in front of you, it's the evidence. So total shots by teams, so total United shots. Harry Maguire had the most shots. Now, this could be from set pieces, headers, which is even scarier. Cunha came second with 2 with Ahmad, and again, Yoro, Casemiro had 2. So out of all of the team, Harry Maguire had the most shots during the game. And I'm sorry, but why haven't we got an attacker, and why is there no striker having more shots to try and score more goals than defenders? I'm sorry, but we shouldn't have, unless we're having 50 corners a match or set pieces a match, we shouldn't have Harry Maguire out shooting any of our attacking players. And the lack of a striker just shows here. If a striker wants to score goals, he's going to be shooting. Harry Maguire took the most shots. Cunha, okay, had 2. And then Yoro had 2, but one of them was a header. I don't think it was his goal. I think it was an own goal. So that is my main concern right there. Mbeumo had 1 shot, okay? And Mason Mount didn't have any shots, and he was meant to be as playing one of the attackers. So out of the front 3, Harry Maguire had more shots out of the front 3. That is what I'm scared about, and that is what that's the point I'm trying to make in this video. Now, one thing what is in place and which was good is chances created. Now, if you look at the total chances created, Mbeumo made the most chances with 4 chances created, which you want from him. You want that from him. You want more than 2 chances from Cunha, but Cunha's up there, Casemiro as well. Casemiro, actually, people will nitpick at the things he didn't do right, but the things he did do right, like breaking up a play, interceptions, he did do good, and he did create 3 chances. But that's in place. Mbeumo created 4 chances. We want to see that. But then we're missing the piece where we have a striker finishing these chances, or at least shooting, taking shots. We can't have a defender out shooting our entire attacking lineup. We cannot. And we cannot be taking 30, 40 touches in the opposition penalty boxes without actually getting a shot off goal. What are we doing? And yes, you are allowed to touch the ball in the penalty box, but we need more touches in the box to shot ratio. Let's get Sesko in. Let's get him actually shooting, or get the attacking line shooting more. And this is why. You can make jokes about Højlund. You can say he was no good. However, Højlund would try and get a shot off, at least. That's my only worry. I hope this gets fixed, and it's something to look out for. Stay strong. The season is upon us.